Here comes the southpaw counterpuncher, Sky Nicholson. What a difficult style she has. She'll hit you and you don't get that receipt back. It's very tough to beat this Australian. Miss GB, Natasha Jonas. She fights out of Liverpool, England, and won the WBO junior middleweight title in February of 2022.
This bout is scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Sky Nicholson, Natasha Jonas.
So here we go. Should be a good one. Miss with that jab. Clearly that's not allowed. Timing beats speed. Speed beats power. Nice counter shot. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like a rabbit in a headlights.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. They block the left there. Those counter punches have to hurt. They are not going to let this one go to the judges. Nice counter shot by her. Good counter punching. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Here we go, it's round 2. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then, put the pressure on.
Nice counter. Catch and shoot. A typical outside fighter, as you know, focuses on defense, stick and move, stick and move.
The flat for the fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off, make the ring small. Put them on the back foot, put them under pressure.
Tried to score with a jab. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good idea, but misses with the left hook. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Nope, that hook won't score. Can't find a home for that jab. Good counter punch. There's the bell for round 3. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and...
Whoa, Johnny! Oh, and Jonas dazed with that shot. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Been dazed, now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
She scores without counting. We've seen this fighter in the past go 12 rounds and not have a mark on their face. That's what happens when you stick and move, you hit and you don't get hit.
This is what makes outside fighters so good. Their footwork is second to none. It's as fast as their hands.
Punch, counter punch. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Big whiff with the right hook. Misses with the straight left. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. And Nicholson hit.
1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your breath.
That impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
I've got to see that again.
Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Back at it in round 4. So that's a 10-8 round. Got to turn things around here, Johnny. What do they do?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Just missed with that hook. Doesn't connect with that right hook. That counter shot lands. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
Incredible work rate. Nice defense on that hook. Tried to score with the uppercut. Jab misses. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This one, a lot of big punches. And
1, 2, 3, 4. Come to me.
Is a massive knockdown. Let's take another look.
That's lights out right there.
Here's the bell to start round 5. You can see the look of frustration in the corner. She was so confident heading into this fight, but that last round seemed to knock it out of her. She's got to figure out a way to turn the momentum around.
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with it.
Well done with that counter shot. There's been a significant aggression difference in this fight, Johnny. What do you see?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Holding nothing back here in the round. in this round. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Nice counter shot. Missing with the hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. There's the bell for round 6. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Perfect counter lands. She needs to be careful that she doesn't punch herself out. Beautiful counter shot. A perfect counter shot. Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're dealing with someone with so much speed, you've got to get your timing right.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Blocks the straight left. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. And there's the bell for round 7. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Beautiful counter punch. Which fighter will say no mas? We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Swing and a miss with the left uppercut. Her stamina is off the charts. Through the straight left, but it won't score. They exchange punches. A lot of effort being exerted here. They threw the hook. It didn't land. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And we enter the 8th round. Not sure these two fighters can keep up the pace we saw last round, but you know they're going to try.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous. Like they're in the around me. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot or pickpocket him.
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? That uppercut misses. He wasn't ready for that counter. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
You can see the heavy breathing. Did you see that? And it's lights out. That will do it. What a knockout win.
I need to see that again.
Win here.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night, night.